All right, football fans, Kevin Smith back with you doing another call sheet one play breakdown where we look at one play from some of the top prospects in the upcoming NFL draft and try to make some conclusions about what we can draw about their game and how it'll translate to the NFL through that one play. And today we're going to look at LSU quarterback Jayden Daniels coming off of a phenomenal run the past 2 seasons. He's the reigning Heisman Trophy winner. Has 57 touchdowns against just 7 interceptions, completed over 70% of his passes, and rushed for over 2,000 yards the last 2 years. Daniels expected to go perhaps as high as number 2 in the upcoming draft. All right, let's take a look at one play that really defines who he can be as a quarterback. Before we do that, let's look at one other play. I'm going to cheat a little bit here. Let's look at one other play. I think this is, when people think about Daniels, I think they think of or they perceive him as the type of quarterback who's going to look to get out of the pocket and make things happen with his legs. You see the 2,000 rushing yards, you see the athleticism, and you think to yourself, oh, well, he does stuff like this. All right, this is him against Army, making a play out of the pocket to his uber talented wide receiver, Brian Thomas, I should say. And I mean, you think like, hey, is he a guy who's going to be able to hang in an NFL pocket and really like make plays happen when the rush is collapsing all around him? I mean, this is good stuff right here, no doubt. Don't get me wrong, right? You see that edge pressure here, and Daniels smartly step up and work outside. So a lot of young quarterbacks here will kind of use the old spin move and bail out away from their strong hand and create problems for themselves. But Daniels has the pocket presence to step up and then work out. And now once he's outside the pocket, he makes big things happen. And he's going to do this. I mean, there's going to be plays that he makes just like this in the NFL. But if he's going to really make his money, he's going to have to do so in the pocket. Fortunately, he's able to do that stuff as well. So here's a great example of the type of player Daniels can be from the pocket. This is taken from the game against Ole Miss. Credit to the guys at NFL Fan Zone for cutting up these clips. All pocket success begins with diagnosing coverage, being able to recognize what a defense is in. In this instance, you see Ole Miss has got 9 guys up front. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there's their 4 down linemen. 1, 2. There's your backers, and they're in a 4-2-5 set here. Here's your nickel corner, and here are your outside corners. So the fact that there's 9 guys in the screen tells us that it's a too high look. And anytime that you get a too high look, you're operating from a middle of the field open perspective, which means that you can oftentimes throw the ball into the rectangle that I just drew there near midfield. So Daniels is going to recognize coverage, and now he's going to kind of come back down and look at his route concepts. All right, what do I have from my receivers here? And you're going to get to the bottom of the screen here. There's this sort of switch verts route with the slot receiver running a wheel and then hitching up. The outside receiver is going to run a dig concept into the middle. That's going to be the target here. And up top, you're going to just sort of get a little in out, all right, with a little sort of speed out from the slot and a crosser out wide. But again, man, this is really the area where Daniels wants to target, and you'll see him do so really nicely on this play. Watch him take his drop, 1, 2, 3, deliver a great ball on time there. The key thing is on time, right? When we say on time, what do we mean? We mean he's ready to throw this football right now. Look at Daniels in the pocket right now, and here's his target down here. You can look at the defense here and say, well, I mean, he doesn't look open, right? You got a linebacker right there. You got a linebacker right there. You got a tiny little window. But Daniels is confident in a couple of things. That one, this backer is going to jump up to pick up the crosser. And that this backer down here, the second backer, he's got his eyes. Look at his eyes. His eyes are locked right on Daniels. And Daniels understands that his receiver is going to break in behind that. And he feels confident that he can deliver a throw, an accurate throw, right into that window between the two. And he's right. He's right. That's exactly what he does. Puts that ball on the money. One more time here. 1, 2, 3. Step, deliver. Nice play. Whenever a quarterback's working from a pocket, the eyes tell the story, right? What's he doing with his eyes? Obviously, pre-snap, he's got to be able to locate the safeties. Post-snap, he's got to be able to move and manipulate defenders so that he can create the windows he needs to throw the football, right? So this is the defender here that he wants to move, this linebacker, because he recognizes that he's got this in-breaking route, which is coming from the other side of the field. And he doesn't want that backer to be able to kind of slide in and disrupt the throw. So what's he going to do? Watch Daniels' head, all right? Watch his head here as this play begins, and how he'll move the linebacker with his eyes, right? Just that little peek there freezes the backer just enough, right? It's that little peek. Again, man, just right, his head right here, just doing enough to be able to freeze that backer to open up that window, allows now Daniels to be able to on time make that throw. And again, look at that. When we talk about windows, I mean, look at what he's throwing into right here, man. There's not a lot of room here, not a space. This is cluttered. I mean, it feels cluttered, right? 1, 2, 3, man, look at those defenders all around the football. But in the NFL, that's NFL open. And this is the thing that's really exciting to watch about this play when you consider Jayden Daniels. He recognizes NFL open. He's throwing the ball into the window into which his receiver is going to be. He's not there yet, but he's going to be there. And that's what you got to be able to do in the NFL. Throw the football when the guy's not yet open, but you recognize he's going to become open. Now, 2 more things real quick about Jayden Daniels as a pocket passer. He is willing to stand in there, but sometimes he's willing to stand in there too much. Jayden Daniels had a pressure to sack rate last season of 24%. Anything over 20 is considered pretty high. Only 2 NFL quarterbacks last year, Baker Mayfield and Lamar Jackson, were over 20% in terms of their pressure to sack rate. What does that mean? That means sometimes he stands in there too long and he takes too many sacks. And if you look at the picture on the frame of him there with Brian Kelly accepting the Heisman Trophy, you notice he's not exactly a jacked dude, man. He's a little bit slight. So he's going to have to both A, get in the weight room and put on some pounds, put on some bulk to his frame, in order to survive taking the hits in the NFL. And B, he might have to get out of the pocket a little bit more. But the fact that he's willing to play from the pocket is a very encouraging sign for Jayden Daniels. All right, that's our one-play breakdown on LSU prospect Jayden Daniels. We'll be back with more as we continue the countdown to the draft. This is Kevin Smith for the Call Sheet Breakdowns. Take care, everybody.